Hello, beautiful, brilliant Black women, goddess born. Girl, let's get into it. Trigger warning, I've been thinking. I'm going to point some things out and I'm going to give us a different perspective as I do be doing, because I understand that Black women as a whole in these United States, we need to create a system that holds we, our daughters, nieces, granddaughters, sisters, Black women, cousins, friends, goddess daughters, sacred, protected, and uplifted. We can't get this done by begging other people to do it for us. That doesn't work. If it worked, it would be working. Okay? So let's examine this case, shall we? Okay, let's set the scene. A Black man is in court. He wasn't in custody at the time, but he committed a crime, and it was assault and battery. He was there to hear what the judge was going to decide to do with him, okay? He and his lawyer. This is a white woman judge. She listens to what the Black man and his lawyer say to her as he pleads for leniency, basically. He doesn't want to go to jail, of course. He wants it to be probation that she gives him for this assault and battery charge that he just got. Now, note that he has a history of violence. He's got a rap sheet that's pretty long. It includes several domestic violence, other assault and battery, and burglary as well. He tells the judge that the reason that he deserves leniency is because he's changed, okay, since that rap sheet. And he understands that she, as the judge, needs to do whatever she decides to do. The judge looks at her, she listens to him, and she says, okay, well, due to the severity of the crime that you just committed, and the violence, right, of that crime, you will not be getting probation. And when I look, at your rap sheet and your history of violence, according to Nevada's laws, blah, 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 we are going to put you into custody. And before she gets all of that out, you hear him go from 0 to 10,000. Black women, I want you to hear me good. You know how you're walking in the store, or you're walking in a parking lot, or you're in a park, or whatever it is that you're doing, living your Black woman best life, and a Black man comes up to you, he says hello. If you don't speak, if you don't acknowledge him, if you say hello, it's going to take another turn. Right? You, as a Black woman, are going to need to manage this grown man's emotions, because he's going to ask you for something. And if you say no or you walk away, he's going to call you out your name, right? So it's going to go from 0 to 10,000. You're just trying to do what you normally live. How about that, Black woman? Live. And here he comes to interrupt that with violence. Because violence isn't just physical, it is emotional, it is mental, it can be spiritual, it can be sexual, it can be all manner of attacks, okay? This Black man in particular, he does this in court, okay? So as soon as he screams, bitch, after she told him he wasn't getting probation but jail time, you see him, like, you just saw pictures, right? I'll show you again. Okay. He leaps over the bench of the judge and he assaults and batters her. You won't be able to count between 5 and 10 seconds before the dude sitting next to her, the clerk in the suit, jumps on top of that black man. And it's tight in there, but here come everybody, the bailiff, everybody else is coming in there, and they grab him, okay? They beat his ass. Now, he's already knocked the judge into the side table and made her hit her head back up against the wall, and then he was on top of her. But girl, when I tell you, it was instantaneous, their action. You know why? Because white people, white supremacists, their church is not our church, okay, where we go every Sunday. Their sacrosanct place is the courtroom, the jailhouse, the prison, the police station. Dude, all of these white folks said, because New York Times did, you know, the papers came in, did their thing. They said, we've never seen this before. Now, we've had criminals attack witnesses or, you know, the family of people and things, but never this. Look close, y'all. Across the screen, it says, we got a fucking problem, okay? They don't say we got a fucking problem, but basically, we can never have this shit happen again, ever, never, okay? It's happened once in a lifetime of these folks, and it's not happening again. Nope. See, let me tell you how this is done. You have to create policies, procedures, standards, boundaries, and swift consequences. Okay, Black women? No one's doing that for us. What you have to do is identify the problem, i.e. the threat, identify the severity of that problem. You need to use tools and the policies, procedures that you have, and whatever you've learned, however you've learned to use those tools, the training you have, and a lot of practice on those tools. You monitor, assess what worked and what didn't work when you use those tools to nullify, neutralize, and make sure the threat don't ever, never happen again. You take what works and you increase that. You build on your success and then you replace what didn't work. You write all that down and you spread it out and you share it amongst Black women. So for instance, if you was to allegedly roll up on me, and I will answer your violence just like these people answered his violence with violence, girl, because the next time they saw that motherfucker in court, he had a whole mesh over his face. Motherfucker looked like Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs, chained all the way up and down. You won't be ever doing that shit again. And that's what we need to do, Black women. What happened here, did not see it coming. They did not. He just escalated because that's what Black men do. They do it to us all the time, but don't nobody give a fuck. And we keep waiting for people to see us as human. We don't need to wait for that anymore. I don't give a fuck if you see me as human or not. In fact, I prefer you don't. You attack me. You come to draw blood with me. And what they say? Me too. This was a lesson. And I hope we learned it. Love y'all.